Hey guys, it's Harlow and welcome back to Her Story. We had just searched Eve and confirmed that, yeah, I guess one of them is Hannah, one of them is Eve, and they are twins, and some weird shit's been going on. I figured I should search birth, maybe? Because I'd like to find out more about... Oh, there's 0 entries for birth. Okay, never mind. What do we know so far? We know that Eric is her husband. Have we searched Eric? I'm pretty sure we have. Yes, okay. We've searched Eric. Have we searched Diane? Okay, Eric and Diane are... Okay, Eric is Simon's boss. Simon is either Hannah or Eve's husband, one of the two. I don't know which. Simon has been murdered and stuffed in bags in the basement of his home. His and his wife's home. I don't know which one is his wife. And he frequented a bar called the Rockington Arms. Nobody there saw him. We know that Hannah and Eve's parents died tragically shortly after one of them had a miscarriage. We know that one of them is currently pregnant. We know that she got into an accident in Glasgow and checked into a hospital. Okay, so there's a couple more.
Ask the hospital.
That is useless, thank you.
I don't see how it's hard. We've established I was in Glasgow when he was killed. You've spoken with the hospital?
Oh, probably one of them killed him. We've established that I was in Glasgow. Yeah, you were, but what about the other one? Shit. Probably one of them killed him, and at this point we're just kind of figuring out which one. I don't know what to search. Weapon, maybe? Maybe we can find out more about a murder weapon? Okay, that's like the only one. We already searched murder. That was like the first search. They found fibers from blonde wig. We searched blonde. I don't think we searched wig. There are quite a few for wig. Okay. Here we go.
A wig? You mean... what type of wig?
What do you... Oh, a wig. How many different types of wig are there? A wig.
No, I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig?
Alright.
No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents.
Okay, so Hannah is the one that is his wife.
So we were separated again. I stayed in the attic. It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognized me, I started wearing a wig. Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant. But I couldn't. I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers. Drunk guys I'd met in clubs.
Oh my god.
Parks and alleyways. I was 17.
Oh my god.
It felt like I was being punished. But it was Hannah who had betrayed us. I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD.
Oh my god.
When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? That seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in. And that was the plan.
Okay. So that was a thing. I guess Hannah is the one who married Simon, and they were like 17. And I guess Eve is kind of... I mean, she was stolen and lived across the road from her twin, who didn't know she existed for, like, who knows how long. I guess she's pretty damaged. And she wanted to be just like her sister, so she tried to get pregnant too, and that didn't work out. My god, this is kind of horrific. Okay, so I guess this is Eve who we're talking to in this last interview. And maybe they, like, switch out during the other interviews? I don't know how to tell which is which. Shit, man. Okay, so that's one of the later ones. I guess this later interview is like a very, very long one. Where she sort of tells the whole story, because we're getting a lot of information from these ones. Shit, man.
This was about 9. I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry, the kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing and she tore it off. Eventually we grew tired of fighting and I left.
She had her wig on from performing. That is creepy. She had her wig on from performing. I guess maybe the one with the guitar is Hannah then? Perform. Okay, performance. Performing. Okay, that's the only one. Song. This is the one we tagged a song, and then this one.
I guess you could call it that, but we were both happy to get married. It was a beautiful wedding. We had our first dance to Come Back and Stay. I'm not sure if that's a good wedding song, but I loved it. I chose it. I mean, it was genuinely our first dance. We'd never danced together before. It was probably awful to watch, but I enjoyed it. It felt like it was just me and Simon for that moment. Just the two of us.
Okay, so that's kind of cryptic-y. Like, just the two of us. I guess she's talking about... I assume this is Hannah then. And she's talking about how sometimes Eve is sort of intruding on her life, I suppose? I don't know, it seems like Eve is maybe kind of obsessed with her sister and being the exact same, and then all of a sudden Eve has this different life. Not Eve, Hannah. The one who got married has a different life, and then the other one is just like, well, what the fuck do I do now? I've been living in an attic for a million years. I should search attic, but I also want to figure out more about her performing with a wig on. Guitar. Okay, 2 more with guitar. And then I'll search attic, I suppose.
No, Simon didn't play guitar. He wasn't very musical. He liked to listen, but he was tone deaf.
Okay, so Simon doesn't play.
Yes. Yeah, it's my guitar.
No, it's not. It's Eve's guitar. You don't play guitar, do you? She plays guitar. You don't play guitar. Okay. Attic. 12 entries. Okay, so we've got a later one and then some earlier ones. Okay, so I think we've established that this is Hannah. This must be Hannah as well because she threw up. She said it was morning sickness. And then we know that this one is Eve. Okay. I should start tagging everyone I watch with which sister it is, but dear God, I don't want to do that. It's too much work. Okay. This one.
Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl. The dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there.
Okay, Hannah and Simon moved into her parents' house after they died, I guess? They moved out of Simon's parents' house and moved into the now empty house of her now dead parents. Okay.
Yes, I read a lot as a child and watched lots of TV. Then the doll's house we still have in the attic. It's kind of a fairy castle. We used to play up there and make up our own stories.
Okay. So whenever they're talking about we, she's probably saying her and her sister. At that point, I guess she was living in the attic. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from. I don't know if it was given to them or they inherited it. I mean, they wouldn't have had the money to buy it. It was so huge. It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and then reassembled up there. It's a beautiful thing. Wallpaper to scale, little furniture, the lights work, mirrors, beds, big duvets and pillows. We spent hours and hours playing in it, invented all these characters and families who lived there. We wrote paperwork for them all. Passports, diaries, and gave them all really elaborate stories. Once, a moth got trapped in there. We'd left a light on. It was making the most horrendous noise. We tried to kill it, but it was tough. We ended up crushing it under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
All right. They had a very nice dollhouse. Good for them. Shit, I just realized. How do I segue to... Shit, how am I gonna go back and watch through all of them in like chronological order afterwards? Fuck. Maybe if I manage to get them all, I'll just be able to go back and edit them all in order from footage I already have. That's so much work, though. Okay. Other things. I want to know more about her performing with the wig on. I feel like that's important. She wore a wig and they found wig fibers. I feel like maybe Eve is the one who killed Simon. So I would like to figure out why. And I would like to figure out how they met, if in fact this is what happened. Met, I guess. Okay, there are a few for met. Okay, so now we can see when people met people.
I did. Well, we met when we were 17, both working at the Glaziers.
Okay, so I guess they met at the Glaziers. Hannah and Simon met there? Okay, Hannah, Simon meeting.
When beautiful people died, we always felt like it was a sign. You remember Princess Grace? Grace Kelly? She died in a car crash the year before we met Simon. We used a Ouija board to speak to her, and that gave us the power to find him. That's what we thought then. That people who died tragically leave some kind of magic behind. We used to share dreams. We used to wake up and write them down in our diaries immediately and compare them.
Okay, so they kept diaries. That's probably important. Okay. And the year we met Simon, I guess they met her around the same time? Which seems odd. Okay, so I'm gonna search more about diaries after this clip, I guess.
Differences? She's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us. I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car. Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything. She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl. Hannah met him first. She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity.
What?
It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth, a graze.
What?
We used a hairbrush.
What the fuck?
After that, we took it in turns, though. I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
What the fuck? Oh my god, that is so creepy. You fucked your twin sister with a hairbrush. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh my god. Shit. Shit. Okay. That, alright. Okay, so, okay, I'm gonna search Carl, I'm gonna search diary. Diary. A few more for diary. Okay. Hairbrush.
No, he doesn't keep a diary. That's my thing. I've kept one, well, as long as I can remember, since I was a girl. It helps make sense of my day. And when you're forced to put something into words, it just gives you perspective. Everyone's on the same page.
Everyone's on the same page. I guess it was Eve who said that they would write down their dreams and then compare. Did they do that with everything then, maybe? Like write down what their days were like and then compare? I don't know, man. This hairbrush.
When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs.
What?
It was an accident. I had
Of
read a
what?
diary at that point, and I knew she wasn't my real mother. So I burned the diary that day, and I left. Walked out and across the street.
You pushed your mother down the stairs and you killed her. She killed Florence. She did it. She did it. That was her.
It just became our way of life. We would swap places and take it in turns to do things.
Ah.
And we were very careful. Whoever had been out that day would come back and write a detailed diary so that we were on the same page.
Okay, yeah.
We had a list of rules that said what we could and couldn't do in any given situation. It was exhaustive. We lived a second life through those rules. Rules for things that could only ever happen inside our imaginations. We would consider all the permutations of future events and agree rules to walk our way through them.
Okay. So I guess they did have like some kind of twin switcheroony life, double life type thing going on. Which is creepy. A little weird, probably, definitely very unhealthy. But, you know, that happened. Okay. Fucking Carl. Let's figure out more about Carl.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a band. He was a bit of a shit. But he was sexy. We were 15.
My god, you were tiny. Okay, so I've noticed that she has a tattoo, but there's none on here, but in some of the other she hasn't had a tattoo. So I guess one of them has a tattoo and then one of them doesn't. Because I just now noticed that, and I don't think I've seen it before. Or noticed it before, at least. I guess I'll search tattoo next.
No, I was 15. Carl was older. 17, I think. I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex. We did it in a church once. It's stupid. So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months. It was sad, but those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know? Family.
She's like being all cryptic and dropping all these little hints. Like she keeps saying we and us and shit. Okay. My God.
Family. So, Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon.
Okay.
Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous, didn't want to share. Even the first date. We went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went, kept changing places in the toilet. We only had the one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me, but that was it. We didn't want another Carl on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back. After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
Oh. Oh my God. So they'd been on like, I guess Hannah had only been on 2 dates with him herself. Technically there were like 3 dates total, but like 2 dates with just Hannah, and she got pregnant just from that one time. They had like just met, they were 17. Holy fuck. Children, do not have underage sex. Always use a condom. Be very careful. You don't want this situation on your hands. You do not want this situation. Because now Simon's dead, and there was a miscarriage, and her parents died, and there was a hairbrush. Shit, man. Okay. Tattoo. That is not how you spell tattoo. Tattoo has 2 T's. 3 T's. Good. Learning more about the tattoo.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off for the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not book so much, or watching TV. He likes TV.
Okay.
Oh, my tattoo. I got it to express my individuality. It's an apple and a snake.
Oh, Eve. Oh. That seems weird because it seems like Eve is kind of the one who's obsessed with being exactly the same, and then here she is getting a tattoo to express her individuality and show that she's different from her sister. I feel like this is important, but I don't know what to take it as, so I'll just add to my schedule. When was this one taken? Okay, it's all in order now. Oh my God, okay. Bleh.
So I moved out. got a small bed sit, got my tattoo to mark the occasion.
Oh.
I was singing in a bar in the evenings.
Oh, she's singing in
So
a
I
bar.
had some money,
Okay.
enough money
Is
to
that when
cover
she
my
wore her
rent. And I've been doing something similar ever since. I haven't put down any roots. I don't exist.
Okay, so I guess she is like a bar performer.
He saw me singing one of my shows, pure chance. Not sure I remember what he was even doing there. Afterwards, I had a drink at the bar and he came over and we got talking. I knew who he was. Obviously I knew who he was, but he didn't know who I was. He was fascinated by the likeness. He guessed my name from my tattoo. Told me it was a palindrome, well, that would impress me. I enjoyed talking to him. It was amazing to be able to sit and interact and talk to him after all this time. He didn't tell me he was married. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He later told me it was like he was dreaming. A waking dream.
Okay, so Simon's kind of a shit. And I guess that was Eve meeting Simon, or I guess that not really meeting him, but like meeting him again when she was sort of her own person. Shit, man. Okay. I think we're gonna leave this episode here. Good lord, okay. Thanks for sticking around through this terrible, awful story of woe and hairbrushes. Bye.